Hello, my name is Kristen, and I will be telling an excerpt from the book Mouse, My Father Bleeds History by Art Spiegelman. This book is about the Holocaust, so it's more appropriate for young adults, probably about 15 or older, and adults can enjoy this story as well. I went to see my father one day in Rego Park. I hadn't seen him in a long time. We weren't really that close. He had aged so much since I last saw him. My mother's suicide and 2 heart attacks had obviously taken their toll. Papa! Oh, Arlie, you're late! I was very worried. Mala, look who's here, Artie! My father had remarried. Mala had known my parents from before the war. She was a survivor too, like most of my parents' friends. Hi Artie, let me take your coat. Dinner's on the table. Ach, Mala! A wire hanger you give him? I have not seen my son in 2 years. We have plenty of wooden hangers. Pop and Mala didn't get along. After dinner, he took me to my old room where he had set up a stationary bike. Come, we talk while I pedal. The pedaling is good for my heart. Tell me, what about the comic business? How's that going? I still want to draw that book about you. The one about your life in Poland and the war. That take many books, my life. And no one wants to hear such stories. I want to hear such stories. Tell me about Mom. How did you meet? Well, if you want, I can tell you. I lived in Szestova. It is a small town just outside the border of Germany. On the holidays, I would go to Sosnowiec. It's a 35-40 minute train. My cousin introduced me to her classmate Anya. And Anya and my cousin spoke English. How could they know? I understood. So when my cousin left, I confronted Anya about it and we had a good laugh. When I came back home, she began writing me these beautiful letters and putting pictures in her letters. So I bought a very nice frame for it. And when we become engaged, I go over to her parents' house. Her parents own the largest hosiery factory in Poland. And the house was so neat and everything in order. And I looked in Anya's closet and everything was perfectly straight, just how I like it. But I noticed on the top shelf pills, all these pills. And I wrote down the names of all of them because you know, if she's sick, what do I need that for? Later, a friend Daragast told me that they were because she was so skinny and nervous that she take those pills. So after Anya and I married, her father gave us a great gift. You see, I had saved money and I wanted to start a textile store. And he gave me enough credit to start a textile factory. By October 1937, the factory was running, and my first son, Rihio, was born. You didn't know him. He didn't survive the war. Yes, Pop, I know. Soon I came from Sosnowiec, a telephone saying that Anya was very sick, so I rushed there and I found Anya crying. I talked to the doctor and they say that giving birth was too much of a stress and she was nearing breakdown. The doctor told me of a sanitarium in Czechoslovakia, and so we arranged a governess to take care of Rihio, and I took her there on train immediately. I remember when we took the train, we passed by small town, and every Jew on the train started to get very nervous and frightened because we look out the window and there was a Nazi flag hanging in the square. We've heard many stories from many travelers on the train talking about synagogues burning, Jews beaten with no reason. Every story, worse than the last. We arrived finally, all safe. Sanitarium was very quiet and beautiful, far away from everything. People came from all over for all these sicknesses. We stayed maybe 3 months, and then when we came back, Anu was so different, so happy. But our town was so different. There were riots and robberies of Jewish businesses, people shouting, "Jews out! Jews out!" We had a plan. If things got really bad, we moved back to Sosnowiec. Why would Sosnowiec be different from Pilsko? Well, we thought then that Hitler only wanted parts of Poland, the parts that were Germany before the First War. So, anyways, on September 1st, 1939, the war began, and I spilled my drugstore. It's my eyes. Ever since the hemorrhaging and the glaucoma in my left eye, it had to be taken out from me. Now I have cataract inside the good eye. How I suffer. I told you about that big shot specialist who admitted me to hospital for emergency surgery, and then he just left me. He goes to tape lectures on television or something. But my eyes start bleeding, and another specialist had to come and operate. See, it's a glass eye now. See, it's good, no? He did a good job. Oh well, that's enough for today, yes? I'm tired. And I have to count my pills.